part of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, the Lancaster. What a sight it is to see over Clacton once again. So as the salute is taken to the Lancaster as she arrives, we are so grateful to see this aircraft. Couldn't make it yesterday because of the strength of the winds, but they've eased nicely for this member of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight to join us, the Avro Lancaster. And we're going to be spending the next few minutes in her company, and let's make the most of it, because there are very few of these Lancasters airworthy now to fly. We just have to keep everything crossed that the great engineers can keep her going for as long as possible. So.
Absolutely. The Avro Lancaster is the most famous and successful RAF heavy bomber of World War II, and it's a legend that lives on today, and the contribution made by this aircraft and its crews to the freedom of our national will, and hopefully never to be forgotten. This Lancaster is the PA-474. She's one of only 2 flying Lancasters in the world. The other Lancaster is in Canada. She's still in airworthy condition. Amazing to think that there's only 2 still flying of the 7,377 that were built. She rolled off the production line at the Vickers Armstrong Broughton factory at Harwood Field in Chester in May 1945. Just after the war in Europe came to an end, and she was prepared to use against the Japanese as part of the Tiger Force. However, the war in the Far East also ended before she was deployed, and she didn't take part in those hostilities. The average age of the 7-man crew on the Lancaster was just 22 years old. So hard to imagine how they endured the danger and discomfort that really showed great courage. And continuing to fly, knowing the odds of survival were so low. Suffered the highest casualty rate of any branch of British services in World War II, and on average Lancaster completed 21 missions before the aircraft and crew were lost.
Whilst we watch the Lancaster, let's say hi to Graham Drinkle, who tells us about his dad, Squadron Leader Bill Drinkle, who served with 50 Squadron during 1944 and 45, flying the Lancaster. The former Colchester Royal Grammar School pupil lived in Great Clacton, just a short distance from our display site today. We remember Squadron Leader Bill Drinkle.
Was simply outstanding. It could carry a maximum bomb load of 22,000 pounds. Its maximum level speed with a full load at 15,000 feet was 275 miles per hour, and she could cruise altitudes above 20,000 feet at an average speed of 200 miles an hour.
A special mention for the family of World War II Bomber Command veteran Peter Potter, who passed away back in 2019, aged 94. Peter was a tail gunner in 626 Squadron and one of the lucky survivors. Tendring District Council have named a road after Peter. It's in Amstead Market, where Peter and his wife Janet lived for many years in retirement. You'll find an information panel opposite Peter Potter Way, which tells you about his remarkable story. There's a Lancaster Way 2 nearby, reflecting the type of aircraft Peter flew for most of his wartime operations.
The Lancaster's performance, its ruggedness, its reliability, and to many its sheer charisma endeared it to all of those crews who were so proud to fly this famous thoroughbred.
Let's also remember the RAF Lancaster crew who crashed and died near Ipswich Road in Colchester in April 1944. Peter Potter, who we just mentioned, regularly attended the commemoration services for the 7 airmen and was at the unveiling of their memorial back in 2013. Brings it very close to home, doesn't it, when you realise what those who flew these aircraft went through.
So earlier we saw the Sally B, which was obviously an American US Air Force aircraft that was involved in the daylight bombing missions. The heavy bombers, the British bombers such as the Lancaster, were involved in night bombing offensives against Nazi Germany, but not just on her own. She was supported by other twin-engine bombers such as the Wellington, the Sterling and the Halifax. In total, some 120 assets